Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Shiyuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajeevam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namo Sute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Isvaraga Paramaga Krishnaga Satchidananda Vigraga Anadi Radhir Govindaga Sarvakarana Karanam. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the King of Knowledge, Raja Vidya. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, Pavitram Idam, Uttamam, Pratyaksha, Vagamam Dharmyam, Susukkam Kartum Avyayam. So by Krishna's mercy, we are getting this knowledge, and Krishna is saying that those who have no faith on this knowledge will not get this knowledge. And for them, since they can't get this knowledge, they will again come back to this temporary miserable world, mortal world. Ashraddhadana Purushaga Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapya Mam Nivartante Mritu Samsara Vartmani. That means Shraddhadana Purushaga Ashraddhadana Purushaga Dharmasyasya Parantapa. Shraddhadana Purushaga Dharmasyasya Parantapa. Asraddhadana Purushaga Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapyamam. Whereas Shraddhadana Purushaga Dharmasyasya Parantapa Prapyamam Nanivartante. Here Krishna is not Aprapyamam Nivartante. Here Prapyamam Nanivartante Mrityu Samsara Vatmani. They will not come back to this temporary miserable well, mortal well. That's what. Simply we can just, instead of Ashraddha, we can put Shraddha. Instead of Aprapya, we can get Prapya. So that's why Imam Prapya Bhajasvamam. Having come to this material well, we should worship Krishna so that we can Prapyamam. We will go to Krishna. Then we will not Nanivartante. That is Yadgatva Nanivartante. Here Aprapyamam Nivartante. Without being able to come to me, they will come back here. So, whereas if you go to Krishna as well, Goloka, then Yadgatva Na Nivartante Taddama Paramamama. That is my supreme abode. That's what Krishna is teaching. So, if we study and understand this Bhagavad Gita, that's it. This is the Dharma. This Bhagavad Gita is the Dharma. Yetu Dharma Amritam Idam. That's what Krishna is saying that. This is the Dharma Amritam. So if we just follow this Bhagavad Gita, then we will go to Krishna. That's it. But if we don't have faith on this Bhagavad Gita, if a person, when we tell someone, study Bhagavad Gita, follow Bhagavad Gita, and if he says that I don't have any faith, I don't want to study, so that means he can't come back, he can't go to Krishna, he will come back here. That's the problem. There's the difference. But there's a big difference. Coming back to this material world again and not coming back here again, that makes a very, very big, huge difference in our life. for the soul, for the Atma. Because once we go to Krishna, then we cannot come back here. There is no way we can come back here. That's why Yatkatva na nivartante. Once we go to Krishna, we will not come back here. So there is no point in asking the question where I was in the beginning, how I have fallen into this material well. That's and all is not going to serve any purpose. In Bhagavad Gita also, Arjuna didn't ask such question, and Krishna also has not given any such answers in that regard. Because it's not needed for us. That question itself is irrelevant. We understand, we know very well that we are in this material veil. That is the fact we need to understand. That is the fact. We are struggling, we are suffering, we are having this material body, temporary body, miserable body, material life. We are here. That is the fact. That's what we need to understand. And we need to now solve this problem. We need to go to Krishna, Goloka. We need to go to Goloka so that we will not come back again to this material world. That's what Krishna is teaching us, that if you go to Goloka, then we will not come back. So, that way we have to prepare ourselves to go to Goloka. When we go to some place, we prepare so much. So like that, in this life, we have to prepare all the time only to go to Goloka. That's it. And when we are going to some place, when we are preparing for that, at that time, all other tasks will become inferior. We don't even care about them because we are going some other place and we have to prepare for it. So like that, here, all other tasks here, what we need to do, everything should become secondary. We should not be even caring about it. Our only task, our only interest, our only preparation, everything is towards Goloka. That's it. If anyone wants to come with us, it's very good. We can take them. We can take as many souls, as many people who if they want to come with us to Goloka, we can actually take them. But if someone is not willing to come with us, we can't help. But that should not stop ourselves going to Goloka. So that means we have to strictly follow this Bhagavad Gita in order to prepare. That is the preparation to go to Goloka. When we want to do something, we need to prepare for that. So like that, when we want to go to Goloka, we need to follow Bhagavad Gita. In that preparation, we are now understanding Bhagavad Gita. And we are also following. In order to follow, you need to first understand. Without understanding the procedure, without understanding the guidelines, then how are we going to follow? We need to first understand. So that's what is happening with us every day. We are understanding. We are understanding all the instructions given by Krishna so that we can follow Krishna's instructions, so that we can go to Goloka. So that's what we are preparing. There is no doubt that our next life is going to be much better than this life. There is no doubt about that at all. That means we are on the way to Goloka. That's what we need to understand. In this life itself, if we are not able to go to Goloka, next life we are going to get a much better life than what we are having right now. Tatratam buddhi samyogam labate paurvadegi. So whatever buddhi, whatever knowledge, whatever we are gaining now, whatever intelligence we are gaining now, we will exactly get the same thing. Paurvadehikam. Paurvadehikam means in the previous body. So whatever mind we are controlling our mind. We are focusing our mind on Krishna. So whatever mind we are going to have, whatever mind like control we are gaining in this life, so that's going to be exactly with us in our next life also. So we are not going to lose that. So that way, any progress we make towards Krishna consciousness, towards Krishna, is permanent. That is the point we need to understand. It is permanent. Right now, at this point of time, we are making some progress. There is no doubt. Because we are all studying Bhagavad Gita. At this point of time, we are not connected with this material world. Because we are not thinking about anything in this material world. We are not thinking about any of our problems, worries, concerns, nothing. We don't have to think about anything right now. We are not thinking about it because we are fully focusing our mind only on Krishna. What Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita. That's what we are focusing right now. So that means we are progressing. That means our mind is with us. At this point of time, our mind is not going anywhere. Our mind is with us only. Because our mind is with Krishna. Our mind is now focusing on Krishna. We are training right now. We are training our mind to remember Krishna, to think about Krishna, to understand about Krishna. So that's what we are doing. So that means we are now cleansing our mind. Basically, we are purifying. We study in the 3rd chapter that this Kama and Krodha, so they are our enemies. So that means we are fighting with our enemies now. When we are cleaning our mind, when we are purifying our mind, when by listening to Krishna's instructions in Bhagavad Gita, or by remembering Krishna, or by thinking only about Krishna at this point of time, there is no Kama, there is no Krodha, no need to think about anything in this material world. But the problem is that it should be completely disconnected 24/7. Like all our attachments, all the roots connected to this material world should be completely cut. That's what Asanga Sastrena Dridena Chitva. So this is an inverted banyan tree where all the roots are going downwards except the main root with the trunk. So that's only going to Goloka. So all the other roots, we have to completely cut them so that all the connections with this material world should be completely cut off. We should disconnect ourselves from this material world completely. Once that happens, so then we'll go to Goloka. So that is the process what we are trying to do now. And the problem is that when we cut, if we don't cut it strongly, it will again get rooted. So each and every root, we need to completely cut it very strongly. That's why Dridena Chitva. Dridena means very strongly. We need to disconnect. That's what is very important. So the Dridena is the Driti. So Dridena, Driti. Driti is determination. So Dridena Chitva means very strongly, in a determined way, we need to disconnect from this material world. And Krishna's mercy, that is getting possible for us. Because we are getting opportunity to remember Krishna only, to serve Krishna. We are getting a lot of opportunities to serve Krishna. There is no doubt about it. Krishna is actually so much merciful that he's keep on giving us opportunities. We are getting a lot of opportunities. We will make a lot of devotees. There are thousands of devotees, millions of devotees. So there is so much of job opportunities for us to please Krishna. Which we are all going to do. We are not going to stop. And Krishna is going to give us all the needed skills or resources or whatever we need. Everything Krishna gives. Krishna supplies. So we just have to execute. That's it. Before our time ends, before we leave this world, so we need to fully dedicate ourselves in Krishna's service. That is the main. Sometimes devotees at old age, when they get the opportunity, they will ask the question, why I lost all my life, so what can I do? So whenever we got the opportunity, immediately make use of it. That's it. They say it's better late than never. So we have got it. So we have to completely make use of it. That's the main thing. So that is studying this Bhagavad Gita, because this is not like this one life itself. This is continuing life only. If we are not able to, as I just said a few minutes ago, if we are not able to make it to Krishna in this life, that's not going to end. We are going to still getting closer to Krishna. Next life, we will get a better life. And we will be able to even progress more. Prayatnatyathamanastu yogi samruddha kilbishaga aneka janma samsiddhaga tato yati paramgatim. So prayatnat, that endeavoring. So we will make efforts. That's not going to stop. In this life, right now, we will put all efforts to progress towards Krishna. And at the end of our life, we will continue in the next life with where we stop in this life. That's it. So that Krishna takes care. So because Krishna is with us and Krishna knows our progress, Krishna is recording our progress, and everything is very well recorded. That's it. So our mind, so how much we are able to focus our mind on Krishna, that's what is very important. That means we should stop all the useless activities. That's very important. We should not be wasting time on anything in this material way, because nothing is going to give us any permanent effect other than serving Krishna. That's it. So all the time we want to please Krishna, serve Krishna, do everything for Krishna. That's how our life should go. So that means when our life becomes like that, Krishna also make sure that we get what we want. So Krishna will not make us to struggle and suffer in this material world. So definitely Lord Shri Krishna, he's seated in our heart. He knows us very, very well, very much. Krishna knows us very well. So he just takes care of us, and he gives all the needed skills, whatever we need to serve him, to please him. So our desire only to please him, that's what is very important. But how we are pleasing him, that Krishna will take care. Only our desire, that's what is very important, that to please Krishna. For example, Arjuna wanted to please Krishna by fighting, but how he fought and how he won in that battle, that Krishna took it, because Krishna said that I already killed all this, everyone here. So everyone, so Maya Khatam, that's what Krishna is saying. Maya Khatam Tvam Jahima Vyatista. So that way, here, if we just want to please Krishna, then Krishna will make us to please him. Krishna will make us to please him means all the other activities, whatever we need to please him, that Krishna will make us to do. But our desire to please Krishna is very important. Arjuna's desire to fight for Krishna is very important. So that decision is with us only. That Krishna cannot take. So if we desire to please Krishna, if we want to serve Krishna, then Krishna will make us to serve him. That's what he is already doing. Even without ourselves knowing, he creates a lot of opportunities for us to identify many more devotees. That is happening already. So we will do it. We will succeed. There is no doubt. Because this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is very, very powerful. Using Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we can achieve whatever we want. When we are able to achieve Goloka with this knowledge, so in this Goloka also, whatever we need, everything will be taken care. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge is, because this is the knowledge directly coming from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. He gave us this knowledge. This is Krishna's song, Bhagavad Gita, the song of God. Even though many sages in the past have sung many songs like Rishivir Bahuta Geetam Chantopi Vividai Pratak Brahma Sutra Padaischaiva Hetumatpir Vinishchitai. So, but Krishna, our Lord, Sri Krishna, he has given this knowledge. This is Krishna's song. So we just have to fully stick to this one book, Bhagavad Gita, this 18 chapters, 700 verses. So then we are good to go. We are good to go to Goloka. That's what is very important with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So if you just take shelter unto this Bhagavad Gita, that's going to happen. So we will do that. There is no doubt about it. That's why Krishna is teaching us very nicely. So in the 3rd chapter, we are understanding very well about Arjuna's questions and Krishna's answers. So now we are studying the answers given by Krishna to Arjuna's very important question in the 36th sloka in the 3rd chapter. So that is Atakena Prayakto Yam Papam Charati Purushakam Anichana Pivarshneya Baladiva Niyojita. So by what one is simple to sinful acts, unwillingly as if engaged by force. So for that Krishna said that Shri Bhagavan Vacha Kamayesha Krodayesha Rajoguna Samudbhavaga Mahasana Mahapapma Vidyanamika Vairina. So that's what we should. So there is Kama, Krodha. So that is born from the Rajoguna. And it is the all-devouring sinful enemy. Mahasana Mahapapma Vidyanamika Vairina. So that's what we studied. So we studied up to 39 slokas. So Krishna is teaching us then in the sloka number 38, what we studied. Dhumena vriyate vanni yatadarsho malena cha yatolbena vrito garbha tata tenedam avrutam. So dhumena, smoke, vanni, fire, just like the fire is covered by smoke. Adarsha, that is mirror, malena, dust. The mirror is covered by dust. And ulbena, so that is the womb. And garbhas, so there is the embryo. The embryo is covered by the womb. So similarly, the soul is covered by different degrees of this lust. Our knowledge is covered by lust. We are covered by lust. There is kama and krodha. So that's what Krishna is teaching, giving a very nice analogy. As fire is covered by smoke, as a mirror is covered by dust, or as the embryo is covered by the womb, the living entity is similarly covered by different degrees of this lust. So, in the next sloka, what we studied in the last class, Avritam jnanam etena jnanino nityavairina kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena nalena cha. So, this Nitya Vairi, eternal enemy, so there is this Kama, it's covering our knowledge. Avritam means covering our knowledge. Jnanam. Avritam jnanam etena jnanino Nitya Vairina. So, this is an eternal enemy of a person who has the knowledge, a jnani. Its form is Kama Rupa, who son of Kunti. It burns like fire. Duspurena analena cha. It's insatiable. It is never to be satisfied. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. Thus, the wise living entity's pure consciousness becomes covered by his eternal enemy in the form of lust, which is never satisfied and which burns like fire. But Krishna is in the next sloka, Krishna is teaching us where this lust is there in our body. So, like, we understand so much about the diseases, so much about the virus, bacteria, like for example, the coronavirus, where it is in our body, what it does to our cell, all such things we understand. So like that here Krishna is teaching us very clearly, where is this karma seated in our body? We need to know, we need to cure, we need to take the medicine. This medicine is this Bhagavad Gita, this chanting Hare Krishna Maha mantra. So where it is seated in our body. So that's what in the next sloka Krishna is teaching us. Indriyani mano buddhir asyadishtanam uchyate etay vimohayatyesha jnanamavritya dehinam. Indriyani, mano, buddhir, senses, mind, intelligence. So these are all the sitting places. Asyadisthanam uchyate. So that's why it bewilders us. It bewilders, it controls our mind, it bewilders us, we lose intelligence, so it carries away our senses. All such things is happening when karma comes. So that's why Krishna is saying that asyadisthanam uchyate, and by sitting in there, it is bewildering us. Vimohayati. It bewilders us by completely covering our knowledge. Jnanamavritya. We need to have the knowledge that we are not the body, we are the soul. We need to have the knowledge that Krishna is the super soul. Krishna is the Paramatma. So without having that knowledge, so we are struggling, we are suffering, we are bewildered. So that's why Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita that to my devotees, to show my special favor, my mercy, I destroy the darkness of ignorance by the shining lamp of knowledge. Tesam evanukham partha aham ajnanajam tamaga nasayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhashvata. So that's what is going to happen with us when we study Bhagavad Gita, when we are always rendering devotional service to Krishna. So then Krishna is going to destroy all our darkness of ignorance with the shining lamp of knowledge. So then we will be able to cure ourselves from this disease. This is known as karma. So that's why Indriyani mano buddhir asyadisthanam uchyate etayir vimohayati esa jnanam avritya dehinam. The senses, the mind, and the intelligence are the sitting places of this lust. Through them, lust covers the real knowledge of the living entity and bewilders him. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 40 slokas in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. 3 more slokas to finish the 3rd chapter. So now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration so that we can actually remember Krishna at the time of death and go to Goloka. So this practice, this training is very, very important for us. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurme Rittamena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namagam. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Tulasi Visala Vilasadas Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I kindly request the devotees to use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions to Guruji. Chandrakala Mataji, Partha Prabhu and Subir Mishra Prabhu says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Jadab Sarkar Prabhu has some questions, so let me unmute him first. Okay, Jadab Sarkar Prabhu, you can unmute yourself and ask your questions to Guruji.
Guruji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Guruji, I was going through the session and just you were explaining things are going into something going into the mind and brain also. But one thing I was trying to understand that when our body, our soul transfers from one body to another body, it moves from one body to another body. Who carries the information of parent body, current body? Parent body in the sense current body means suppose I am Jadhav Sarkar, I do have certain qualities, desires and all. Who actually holds those information? Is it Sukshma body or that soul itself? Who holds that? So that in the question format I have put into. So
actually, Prabhu, Maya is actually is putting us, binding us in different bodies every time. So Sattvam Rajas Tama iti Gunaha Prakriti Sambhavaha Nibandhananti Mahabahu Dege Deginam Avya. So that is Durga, Maya. Sisti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Sakti Reka Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibhatti Durga. So, as you rightly said, this mind, intelligence and ahankara, that is false ego. So they are our Sukshma Sharira, subtle body. So Sukshma Sharira is actually going from one body to another body along with the soul. Sariram yadavapnauti yachapi utramati svaraha grihitvaitani samyati vayur gandhan ivasaya. So that's what in the 15th chapter Krishna says that when we quit one body and get another body, Sariram yadavapnoti yachapi utramati svaraha. So Uktra means by giving up one body and getting avapnoti, another body, Sariram avapnoti. So Sariram avapnoti yachapi utramati svaraga grihitvaitani samyati vayu gandha ivasya. So just like gandha, the smell is carried away by the air. So vayu gandhan ivasya, from one place to another place. So like that, our consciousness, our mind, intelligence and ahankara, so they are all carried away from one body to another body. So because our next body itself is grouped together, our mind only. Shotram chakshu sparsanam rasanam granam evacha adhistaya manaschayam vishayan pasevate. So everything grouped together, our mind, the type of ears, Srotram, Chakshu, eyes, Sparsanam, our skin, Rasanam, the tongue, and then Granam, the nose, everything. The body, what we are getting in our next life is all grouped together, our mind. Adhistaya, Manaschayam, Vishayan, Upasevate. So that's why what our mind remembers at the time of death is very, very important. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejatyante kalevaram tamtame kautaya sada tat bhava bhavita. So that way our mind goes along with us, comes with us to the next body, and Maya is taking care of all this, that the control of Krishna. You understand that, Prabhu?
Prabhu, I got your point. Just two things I am confusing me. One is Pradhan, Rajas, Tamos, Sata, Gunas, effect is called Pradhan, and another is Man, Buddhi, Ahankar, that is stable body. Okay. So the Gunas, the mode of nature, is contributing to the mind, soul, and body, or mind, soul, or body separately it carries, and the Gunas, three Gunas. That Rajas, Satas, Tamos, the Pradhan actually, which one is this one no contaminating the soul? It cannot contaminate the soul, but it can make a layer of the soul so that that information is carried. So who does it? Means my question is it mind, soul, and body? Mind.
No, everything is a part of our soul. The subtle body, gross body, what we are having here. So the soul is completely, as you said, it's pure. It cannot be contaminated at all. but this Prakriti only does everything. So avasam Prakriter vasat. So Sarvabhutani Kaunteya Prakriti Myanti Mamikam. So Kalpak say that is Krishna is saying that everything Yatakaso Stito Nityam Vayuga Sarvatra Gomaga Tata Sarvani Bhutani Matstani Iti Upatarya. So everything. So in that 9th chapter, Krishna also says that Avasam Prakriter Vasat. We are under the control of the Prakriti. That's what is very important. Avasam Prakriter Vasat. So the Prakriti only is doing all those things. Everything is done by Prakriti. So Prakriti only carries everything from. Everything carries to the next body. Everything binds us to the next body. When we are released from the Prakriti, released from the modes of nature, then we'll go to Goloka. That's it.
Hare Krishna, got it.
You understand that, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, got it point. Got it, Prabhu.
So you're from where, Prabhu? From which place you are connecting, Prabhu?
So I am speaking from Bengal, Kolkata.
Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna.
And normally I do follow through YouTube. Hardly
Yes.
I do get opportunity to come into Zoom live.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Very nice. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna. There are no more questions. Thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Subir Mishra, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Dandavad
Hare
Pranam,
Krishna.
Guruji.
Dandavad Pranam,
Hare
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sashireka Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for a wonderful class, Guruji. We're just getting out of Krishna Janmashtami celebrations. Beautiful celebration. Very, very happy, Guruji, to have had. I celebrated at my place. I did a small puja at my place, then came to my parents' place to help them. And see, look at Krishna's mercy. This is what I was sharing with everyone, that my parents are aged 78 and 85. And at this age, non-stop for 12 hours, 8 to 12 hours, both of them have been able to, without feeling tired, equally in equal measure. If I put 50, let's say I put 30%, they are also putting the same amount of effort and setting up the whole place, and all because of Krishna, all by Krishna's mercy, we are able to do it.
Definitely.
And I always realize that when we put effort and we think that we are doing for him, then he makes it seem effortless. He makes it seem effortless. He makes it seem like we have not really, there is no trouble, there is no pain, there is no difficulty. And it went off so beautifully. We were able to invite 40 people for the prasad distribution and Aarti the next day.
Nice. Very nice.
And everybody came, and we had a joyful Krishna conscious Janmashtami celebration. And we also chanted the Bhagavad Gita. Thanks to your guidance, Guruji. Thanks to your effort. I'm so indebted to you that you are always keeping us in Krishna consciousness.
It is Krishna's
extremely grateful, Guruji.
Thank you,
of course, Krishna's mercy, Guruji. But in this world, we also need people to guide us. So a guru to guide us. So for that, thank you so much for playing that role, for keeping us in this, for always keeping us motivated to think of Krishna all the time. That is what I was thinking, and to attribute everything to Krishna, to say that everything is because of him. Whatever I have, whatever I am, whatever I'm doing is because of him. To be able to say that inspiration. Thank you so much, Guruji.
Thank you,
for all the time keeping us in this Krishna consciousness. So and today's Ekadashi. So after I think 3 Ekadashis, I'm able to come back to my routine of fasting. I was not able to do when I was traveling, and then I was in London. I was not able to. I did follow no grains, but I could not fast. It was very difficult for me because I was also traveling and I was going around. Becomes difficult. And unfortunately, both my travels were due, in and around Ekadashis, while traveling, going also, while coming also. So it was difficult. And while I was there, I was moving around. But today I'm back to I'm happy to, start my 36-hour fasting, because that is what I want to do, and I want to do it for Krishna. So I don't want to be, Yeah, just for Krishna. Like you say, everything for Krishna. So
Everything.
I'm only
for
praying
Krishna.
that he gives us the energy and the strength to do these things. That's all, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji, for a wonderful class. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Ravindra Goyal Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you once again for your class. I have picked up a very important thing from your today's class. You have said when we can achieve Goloka by this divine knowledge, we can achieve anything in this Bhuloka.
Yes.
It is a wonderful statement and it is so true.
Yes.
It is you have said it so simply when it has went over the heads, first of all,
Yes.
I think, but I could pick it up and I could realize this is a wonderful statement that you have made.
Yes.
And I must emphasize this thing. So thank you, Guruji. This is a wonderful knowledge. And I have got one doubt. You have said in today's verse that Indriyani Manah Buddhi Asya Adhishthanam Uchyate. This calm, which is the eternal enemy of the yogis, is residing in all the senses. So this thing is slightly confusing me because we used to think that everything is stored in the mana. Mana is the like a pen drive where all the experiences are stored, and that is basically the main problem. And we need to control the mind only. But here we need to control our senses also along with mind. So this is something.
All three are important, Prabhu. That's why in the second chapter itself, Krishna says that if the senses are so strong and impetuous that they forcibly carry away the mind. Yatatoya pikaunteya purusasya vipaschitaga indriyani pramatini haranti prashabam. And indriyanam ki charatam anmanonu vidiyade tadasya harati pragyam vayurnava mivamas. Even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away the intelligence. So that way, all these three are very important. So that's why kayena manasa buddhya kevalair indriya api yoginaga karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma suddhya. So we need to have the mind with us, intelligence with us, senses with us, everything should be under our control. Then we can actually purify ourselves. Otherwise, if it is contaminated, if it is carried away by this karma, so then we are out of control. That's the problem. Yes,
okay. So that makes it that explains why we should always involve our senses in the devotional service of Krishna.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. So that is the logic. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Guruji. Now it is clear. Thank you very much, Guruji.
That's why Krishna is saying that Raga Dvesa Vimukta Visayan Indriyais Charan Atma Vasegi. So not only the mind should be under the control of the self, the senses also should be under the control of the self. So that's what is very important. Yes.
Thank you, Guruji. It is so wonderful. So grateful to you. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Iske Kark Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
As usual, very nice lecture. Very informative. But Guruji, I have a small question. Doubt, rather, I can say. When you say the senses, the mind, the intellect, these are covered, and the knowledge is covered by these three. So I would like you to explain what is the fine difference between the intellect and the knowledge. I mean, generally we feel what is intelligence, what is this intellect and knowledge. These are not the two different things. So this
knowledge is the one we already just studied in the 13th chapter in our Sunday class, correct, Prabhu? So that is what is knowledge. Like amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, kshanti, rajavam, acharya, upasanam, saucham, stairyam, atma, vinegar, like that it continues. So having all those things, that is what knowledge. So intelligence means, it is in fact, I think the next sloka itself, we are going to study about that intelligence, how the difference between senses, intelligence, from mind, everything Krishna is going to teach us. So intelligence means you are able to give up the attachment to the results. That means you have intelligence. If you are getting attached to the results, means we don't have intelligence. So that's what buddhi yukto, karmajam buddhi yuktagi palam chektva manisha. So with intelligence, so that's why buddhi yoga. That's why yesate abhigita sankhya buddhi yoga vimamshnu buddhya yukta yaya partha karma bandham pragasasi. So that's what intelligence. And that intelligence means by giving up the attachment to the results. And Krishna is teaching us that I give the intelligence by which you can come to me. That's what. So for that, we need to develop that love towards Krishna and render devotional service unto Krishna with love and devotion. Then we gain the intelligence. So when we are connected with Krishna, we have intelligence. When we are not connected with Krishna, we don't have intelligence. So that's what intelligence. Knowledge means you know from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge. Understanding all these things is knowledge. So that is the jnana. So there is a difference between jnana and the buddhi. You understand that, Prabhu?
Yes, Guruji. The game, what you told the last time, Amanitvam and all those about 20 qualities.
That's what is jnana. Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
Those five slokas, everything is, that's what is called knowledge.
That constitute the knowledge.
Etat jnanam iti proktam ajnanam yatato anyata. Yes, Prabhu.
And intellect and intelligence, right. What you say that if we give up the attachment to the results, that will be said to be the intelligence, which comes out of the knowledge, right, Guruji?
That is correct. With the knowledge, with the love, which comes from the how we can give up the attachment to the results. Only when we are attached to Krishna. Otherwise, you cannot give up the attachment to the results. So that's what is called intelligence. So getting ourselves knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita and attached to Krishna, and then we'll gain intelligence. When we are connected, nasti buddhi ayuktasya. When we are not connected with Krishna, we are going to lose intelligence. So when we are, that means when asti buddhi yuktasya. So asti buddhi yuktasya. That means when we are connected with Krishna, we have intelligence. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. I understood and hope that it will be further covered in the next.
Yeah, in the other slokas, 3 more slokas we need to cover. It will come next.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Ravin Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, wonderful class, Guruji, and good questions and nice explanation from your side also, Prabhuji. Like for that Sarkar Prabhu asked about Sukshma Sharira and how the binding happens. So with the Prakriti. So Prabhuji, how I understand this is that we have all these senses, and all these senses venture into the Prakriti and look for the objects over there, and gets engaged. And this engagement is nothing but it's like a handshake. And when two people shakes hand, they actually engage or hold each other actually. So our senses also holds the Prakriti's objects, and the Prakriti also holds our senses. So that's how the bondage happens, and that's how the Prakriti is actually binding us into this nature actually, or into this Sharira, which is combination of everything together. So and that's the bondage. And when we lose body and change body, it is just the Panchabhuta which gets replaced, and another Panchabhuta comes over there, and if the other engagements remain exactly the same. And that's why the whole Bhagavad Gita asks us to get rid of those engagements, cut off all those attachments, So we get out of the grip of the Prakriti. From it is at so many places we have been gripped, and one by one we cut it out, and then we get released from the Prakriti. Then we are free to Goloka. How is that, Prabhuji? Is that correct, Prabhuji?
That is exactly correct, because Krishna is teaching us that by rendering devotional service unto him, we will be freed from the gunas. That's it. Mameve prabatyante maya metam taranti. By surrendering unto Krishna, we are freed from maya. So bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samati itetam. So that's what we are supposed to do. Then we are freed from maya. So then we are not forced to accept another body. That's it. Then we'll go to Goloka. So
Yes.
that's correct.
Yes, Prabhuji, what you mentioned just now is also exactly correct, in the sense that all our senses, mind and intelligence, they actually need something. So we actually go behind the material objects and get engaged over there. So instead of that thing, if we go into Krishna consciousness or devotion, so the mind, the senses, and the buddhi, they all have something to do with bhakti, Krishna consciousness. Then we are freed from the material nature and they are engaged with Krishna only. So that's how engagement diverts from one material object to divine object.
That is correct. We need to engage everything in Krishna's service.
And that is what the Maha mantra also does, is that our mind, intelligence.
Exactly. At that point of time, we are completely getting ourselves disconnected from this material world. Completely.
Yeah.
When we are able to fully focus on that transcendental sound vibration, that is the yes.
Yes, all these three components get focused towards divinity
Krishna.
rather than material objects.
That is correct.
Yes, Prabhuji.
We are forgetting about everything. Yes,
yeah, we are forgetting about everything else, Prabhuji. And like Chandrakanta Mataji mentioned, I saw the pictures and it was so amazing that it tells about how much amount of effort she and her parents have put to make that such a beautiful decoration.
Shashireka Mataji.
Shashireka Mataji, sorry. Yeah, and then that is also a reminder that how much we want to do. Krishna also helps us in the same amount and helps us.
Yes.
So wonderful, Guruji. Thank you.
To the extent you surrender to me, to that extent I reward you.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So wonderful to be in this class and so inducted for getting this knowledge, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna to all devotees.
Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you for the class, Guruji. In between, I had to disconnect as I had a call from my daughter. And everything is fine, Guruji. We had a good Krishna Janmashtami. Thank you, Raveen Prabhu, for also inquiring. We had a good Janmashtami. But unfortunately, my uncle passed away that night, 90 years old. He was 90 years old, my attai's husband. Okay. And he has lived a full life and he had a very peaceful and quick passing away.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it was really a surprise for us because we had just seen him a few days back and he was good at that time. So that is one thing which was really surprising for me, that Krishna can call somebody away without any notice. Yeah. Isn't it, Guruji? That
we have to be ready. We have to be ready to go to him all the time.
Exactly. We have to be ready always. That is one thing he said, because he has seen all children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. He said, I am ready. Whenever it happens, it will happen like that.
You have to remember, we have to serve him. That is the main thing. All this time, we should give up all the attachments. That is the main thing. We do. In fact, we have to. Krishna is talking about Putradhara Griha, this Asakti Anandisvanga. So there is no need to even think about grandchildren or great-grandchildren. So we have to be ready to give up everything and remember Krishna. That is the main thing.
Yes, Guruji. So that is the most important thing which happened, I think. The attachment slowly, because otherwise he was actually pretty attached to many things, to his house and to few things. So that was nice. It was a good passing away in a sense, although it is sad in a way it was that had happened. And my parents came back again. I had just gone and left them in Chennai and came and they've come back. So I've been little busy with
Yes.
them also.
And, I know you visited Chennai, I think a week ago or something like that.
Yes, Guruji. So I went to leave them back and they have come back now. So I'll keep them with me for some more time and then go back again.
Yes.
All good, Guruji. Everything else.
Yeah,
is
we
good.
will plan for Krishna. Krishna will engage us, no doubt. He will make us to serve him much bigger way. There is no doubt.
Yes, Guruji. And this class was also very good, Guruji, today about how you were telling us about the connection we should have always, so that we are able to go to Goloka.
That's correct.
Yes. That is very important thing. Which
We are enjoying every day. We are enjoying this time. That's why we
yes,
are.
Guruji.
For us, this is the very important time actually.
Yeah. And Guruji, having a love for Krishna and doing a lot of things for him, right? Seva, and somebody sent, right, doing 121 palaharas and all that. Is that also too much attachment? Is what I was thinking, Guruji. Is that
we can do
attachment
it.
to Krishna?
Krishna is asking you, offer everything to me, so we can do it. We have to do it. Yeah, he says that he's specifically asking in Bhagavad Gita, correct? Whatever you need, give it to me. Offer everything to me. That's what we need to do.
Yeah. So So that is.
For us, but for us, the main thing, Mataji, very important thing, what all of us, our goal is to spread this message. That's a very important thing, because for us, spreading Bhagavad Gita, because this is very much needed. There are so many devotees that don't have the opportunity. They have not studied. They have not understood. Like what we are experiencing and enjoying every day with full knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, that opportunity has not gone to many people. We need to give that, Mataji. That's the main thing.
Yes, Guruji. We will do that, Guruji. We will keep doing it.
Yes,
every time we get an opportunity, we all of us in our group, I'm sure, are doing it.
That's what I was telling Mani Prabhu, like we distributed 1,000 flyers, and out of 1,000, one you will get. Mani Prabhu we got, correct? Something like that. So we will get.
Yeah. Yes, Guruji.
We have to get in order to get 100 devotees, we need to get 100,000 flyers. We need to distribute.
Yes. Hopefully, we'll find more devotees together at one time.
Yeah, we need to plan.
Yeah.
It will happen. Yeah. Krishna is planning. As we always say that he has plans. It will happen.
Krishna has a plan, yes. That's one of my favorite lines which I've learned from you, Guruji.
Yes. He has plan. We will fit into his plan. That's it.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you very much, Guruji, for keeping us in Krishna consciousness every day. Thank you for your time and thank you for all your efforts. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Chitrita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you. I've also been listening very intently to everybody. So, and I really think that studying about Gita and listening to you and only thinking of Krishna, this is what makes life worthwhile. Despite all this unpleasantness and everything, I personally feel it makes it really worthwhile. Another thing is that I'm sorry to hear about Swati Mataji's uncle, but as she said that he has already lived a full life. Now, that is one thing I asked you earlier also, Guruji, that does this detachment come with age? Like as you are older, or it has to come from before? But that's difficult.
It has to come with the knowledge, not age, but knowledge. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge. When we have that, we should be detached. Like throughout our life, we should be detached. So that's very important. We have to do responsibility. We can do, that's a different thing. But we have to. That's why we have to engage ourselves in Krishna's service. That is spreading this message. So that's what is our important task. Then Krishna takes care of other things. Leave everything to Krishna. That is the main thing. We don't have really any other responsibilities. If we have to take care of children or anyone, everything Krishna will take care. Krishna is definitely doing that. No doubt.
And so, Guruji, step one for this would be detachment. First step, and it should be no expectation. If we can start off with that, I think it would be better.
Fully depending on Krishna, Mother. That's the only thing. We have to completely depend on Krishna and be willing to serve Krishna by spreading his message. That's it. other things are all will be falling in place. Everything will be taken care by Krishna. That's the only, for us, only one motto, that is spread Bhagavad Gita. That is nothing else. So that is our only goal. So for this, we don't have to really spend any money. We don't have to spend anything. We just have to use our time. It's not spending our time, it's using our time in the right way. So that's what is very important, Mother. If we are just focused on, yes, Mother.
No, what you are saying is correct. Have faith. Like even I tell my, so my children who I closely kind of talk to about this, I tell them that you cannot see the bigger picture. You can see a small picture. Krishna can see the bigger picture. That is why your small disappointment today is of no use. Correct, Guruji? So
no use.
That is what. So anyway, it helps a lot, Guruji.
He is the source of everything. He takes care. We don't have to worry. That's the main thing.
True. Very true, Guruji. Very true.
Very well.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you very much.
Vrinda Jai Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna. Deepesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful class. I have no questions, but thank you for being our guide and mentor, and Guru for keeping us in Krishna consciousness. All the questions were really good, and I learned a lot from the answers. So thank you to everybody for asking the questions today. I'm still learning, so thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Vrinda Jai Singh Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
How are you?
By Krishna's costless mercy, I'm doing fine, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I will revert tomorrow. I'm heading for my hospital, so I'm on the way. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ajay Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Pranam, all best. Yeah, sorry, Prabhuji. Today I couldn't attend the class actually, but I still wanted to join the class at the late.
Yes.
I'll listen to the YouTube. And
yes.
And as one comment, like Mataji mentioned, like, yeah, we actually I'm thriving to have more attachment towards Krishna, because too much attachment to Krishna is detachment from other things.
Exactly. We should be fully attached to him. That's it.
Yeah, and Krishna mentioned, right, Prabhuji, in the Bhagavad Gita, like, whatever we are lacking, he will take care. If you attach to him, whatever lacking, he will take care. And sometimes it happened also. Like Krishna sent somebody to help us out at that time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That's why I used to give an example, like a child. If a child sometimes attached to something, cries like anything, even if you give something else, the child will throw it away. What child wants only you need to give. So like that, for us, only Krishna only we want. We don't want anything else. That's it. So that much attachment we should have on Krishna.
Yeah, he balances everything. He's the perfection.
Krishna takes care of everything very nicely, no doubt.
Yeah, our life also becomes perfect actually when we follow Krishna, when we connect to him. Automatically, everything will become perfect. It will become imperfect only when we don't attach to him.
Yes,
yeah. Thank you, sir.
Hare Krishna. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to all. Guruji, this Krishna Janmashtami is like one family function, Guruji. I was so engaged. So 15 days doing some prasadam, keeping parimal. Now Krishna Janmashtami is over. Like after the function, everything is over. Now, like that, I'm feeling some vacuum, Guruji. The festival, everything is. We were so engaged for 15 days. Now, somewhat vacuum. I should continue the same thing. Because these festivities are something very physically we'll be doing it. Now the mentally I should continue the same thing, Guruji. You please give me some this thing guidance, Guruji. Because now I'm feeling, oh, all festival is over. Still I have to wait till next year to celebrate and do every seva for him. Like that I'm feeling.
We can remember Krishna every day, Mataji. Every day that's what we are doing. This Bhagavad Gita, through Bhagavad Gita, we are listening to him every day. It's the main thing. Krishna Jayati day, we are celebrating Krishna's appearance in this world. But every day we are listening to Krishna, what the knowledge he gave. It's very, very important. So much. So that way, this is every day our studying Bhagavad Gita itself is a big festival for us.
Yeah, that we have to convert this Bhagavad Gita class only as a Krishna Janmashtami.
Exactly.
Oh, Krishna Janmashtami is coming, then we have to do this for him, do that for him. Like that, we'll be so engaged. Now everything is over, all puja is over. Now Ekadashi, now tomorrow Dwadashi. Till I have kept the Krishna there, but still, same thing. How will I continue this excitement? That's what I was feeling, Guruji. It's so wonderful, Guruji, Krishna Janmashtami when it comes. Because this is my second Krishna Janmashtami.
Yes.
Last year only the first I did it. Otherwise, I never used to do earlier. But it's so nice, Guruji. It's very, very, very nice.
We will do wonderful service to him, no doubt. Yes.
Very nice, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness, Guruji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Guruji just wanted to tell Chandrakanta Mataji that every moment is a celebration of Krishna. Every moment that we live, that we are alive on this earth, is a celebration of Krishna.
Yes.
If we look at it like that, then there is no need to wait for Janmashtami. You know, in Janmashtami is additional happiness, additional joy. But this, every moment when we offer everything to Krishna and when we do everything for Krishna, then every moment is so joyous. And the whole, you know, yes, every, I mean, it's all Krishna celebration all the time. That's all I wanted to add. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Vardhana Rao Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Guruji, thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Dhanavad Pranam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. धन्यवाद गुरुजी, आपका आशीर्वाद मिलता रहे. थैंक यू. हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah. See, the Gokulashtami week is not gone. It is 365 days or 366 for leap year, 24/7. So once you are passionate bhakti is there, you will not stop. You will not stop. So some Mataji asked, whether we have to prepare 140, 150 items and all. See, the Kuselar, he gave only avalaki, aval thing. So it is all based on the research and the love and affection, the pure bhakti what you show. That is what is important rather than the dish you do. So all are passionate bhakti. So even the flyer when I distributed, so the test is there that my bhakti is not 100%. My passionate bhakti has to be there. Krishna is testing me. So when I give
your voice is, I'm not able to hear you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Mani Prabhu, I'm not able to hear you, Prabhu.
Score rate or success rate is not 100%.
Yes, Prabhu.
So I'm trying to develop that. It is not that I could not able to get more people. But what I am thinking is, there is inadequacy is there. I have to fulfill that.
No, as we
So my
discussed, Prabhu, if you
were,
give 1,000 players, only one will come, Prabhu. That's fine. Yes.
yeah.
It is
So,
surprising. Even it is happening even for those devotees who come to temple. If you give also, it is happening like that. So that means there are many they go to temple, but still becoming getting interested in Bhagavad Gita is very rare. It's really very rare opportunity.
yeah, it is. There is some kind of a timing, Guruji. It is like a gravitational force. It attracts each other. It happens like that. Incidentally, it happens. So we should not plan, or we should not expect anything that we put this much of effort, or we distribute it. Why the people are not joining? We should not get into that mode. So it happens on a systematic basis. It happens. It happens through Krishna. The way I told you, the other day, I never seen Palniappan Prabhuji at any time. But when I was there in a temple, I about to meet him. Instantaneously, I recognized him that he is Mr. Palniappan. We never met. We don't know whether he is black or white or whatever it is. I never knew that what kind of personality he will be. But we met, and without asking, we met each other. So that kind of adbhutam happens in the day-to-day life. So yeah, 365 days we can see our securities, the apartment securities, all these people, we can look them as a Krishna. You can distribute chida, murku, or whatever it is. You prepare yourself and give it to them. So Krishna will take whatever mode he will take. That is my belief, Guruji.
Yes. Krishna's this Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge when you distribute it. That is it.
Today's sloka, that is, you have explained that we are basically a nature product. We through environment we get the senses, and slowly we progress towards a kind of a bhakti, and that attachment towards Krishna and detachment happens in the due course. Yeah. See, basically from the childhood, I want to share my experience. It is a self-realization. See, one thing in the entire Bhagavad Gita, without looking into so much of vocabulary things, the one thing is very common and very distinctive. That is, we came alone. When we came alone, whatever we have a connection, we already had the connections. Unfortunately, what is happening is we forget. Once in the materialistic life, we started swimming, then father, mother, sisters, brothers, then wife, getting married, then children. All these things happens in the due course as per the plan or whatever it is. In the sequence it happens. But in the entire Bhagavad Gita, the preaching is very simple. You came alone, you will go alone only. So during this course, you already attached with the Krishna. Only thing is, in the temporary phenomena, you are losing that entity. You are thinking that you are Subramanyam, you are so and so, but ultimately your nature is you are attached permanently. So the Bhagavad Gita or whatever the practice we do, when we get that permanency, we are going alone. No, we have nobody. Only Krishna is there. We came with the Krishna, use so many vocabularies and all. The equation is very simple, Guruji. If my understanding is correct or not, you have to clarify.
Yes, that is very much true. Krishna only is coming with us. We are going with only Krishna. That's it.
And we got all the characteristics when we took birth.
It's our
Only thing is, yeah, that child-like Subhava we have to carry out. Yes, so when we carry out those things, yes, Guruji?
We need to free ourselves from this Swabhava. That's it.
Okay, yeah.
Then we'll go to Golok. Otherwise, we'll keep coming.
But Guruji, in the lighter sense, my whole life is like that. I appeared for my SSLC exam. Before exam, my mother used to call that next day is exam. I was playing cricket, gully cricket, tournament, something was there. I was playing. But without knowing Krishna or anything, I thought that somehow I will pass. I never expected anything. From that stage to my career stage, my expectation was nil, ultimately nil. Then I found myself that I am not a hardworking guy. I don't know, but my subhavam was that much only. I don't have any expectation towards anything. But it all happened. Our forefathers and all, they never had that Bhagavad Gita knowledge or anything. But I have seen the great grandparents, their friends, they lived without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. They lived whatever the preaching is happening, they lived like that only. Now in this modern days only, things are very complicated. So I have seen the
Yes,
from 2030 on.
we need to just give the knowledge. So when we give the knowledge, then it will happen. That's what we will work together. We will plan and we'll make the life simple for us and for other devotees. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guruji. All our elderly people, they lived like that only. They have a great family, 12 children, 15 children. They never think about how to get married, how the children, daughters get married, how the resources will come. All these things was never there in their mind. They know somehow the Krishna, the God will take care. It happened like that, Guruji. With my experience, I can say with confidence, it happened like that only.
Yes,
they
now
never
let
thought
us,
how
learn more.
yes.
Hare Krishna.
So, Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Guruji. Yeah, everyday classes, it is taking us in a different platform. So we believe that we are going inch by inch to Goloka.
Yes, yes, no doubt. Hare Krishna. Palniyappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Yes. What Mani Prabhu talk about, he need not worry. Again, 1 or 2 times, some more time, we go to same temple, what I felt, people will start joining.
Yeah,
the temple is
do
good.
that. We need to do that. Yes,
yeah, not once, only once we went so far. And I feel another 2-3 times if we go to, because the people coming there are very good. So it takes time for people to change little. So not to worry at all. Same people will join, what I feel. So only thing is, we have to go and distribute another 1 or 2 times more. If you do that, then nothing will happen. I will speak to Mani Prabhu and we will do that. That again, 1 twice more. That is my thinking when he spoke with you regarding the people joining. So we need not worry. It will come. That is my feeling. That is one thing. Second thing is regarding today's whatever we learned from you today about Krishna and all. What I felt is child. We have to have the child mind. How? I think at least after the year of 60, doctors say some of your children, whatever type of thing you had in your body during children time, when you were a child at that time, after 60, certain things are coming back to you. That is, doctors are telling generally certain things. Like that, I feel if Krishna gives us at least the child mind after 60, it will be good for all of us. That is a thing what I felt when we speak about child. And then again, when we speak about karma also, that desire, always that you said that 3 things, that is senses, intelligence, mind. The karma is more important because it attracts all the 3, the important thing of a human being. And so we always attach with karma. That is what we feel is, I need this. All the time our mind says, I need this, I need this. So that I need this is to be removed. That is the karma. that brings in all these things. That Allah, otherwise, that only way is to pray God, pray Krishna. No other way at all. Otherwise, by childhood, by birth itself, we are made to think like that. So that is the only thing it is possible all the time when we remember. Whenever we get that need thinking, we have to remember Krishna. That is the only way we have to slowly change ourselves. That was my thinking about when I heard today's sloga and your explanation. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Very nice class, Guruji. And whatever I seek, you answer, Guruji. That's what happening. It's Lord Krishna's plan. Started with the excellent saying that what is Dharma? Just reading Bhagavad Gita is Dharma, Guruji. This is what we are all longing for, how to lead a dharmic life. What is Dharma? Just reading. So I'm very pride now, Guruji. I can go and tell I lead a life as per Dharma. I'm just reading Bhagavad Gita, Guruji. That's it. So I don't have to complicate myself, Guruji, saying that what happened to me, where I'm leading and all. As long as I leave Bhagavad Gita and listen to you, I am following the path of Dharma, Guruji. That's sufficient. And excellent, Guruji, the question and answer sessions as well. Like Chandrakanta Mataji said, the festive days are festive day. Everyone celebrated together, Guruji. Though we have 365 of Krishna consciousness, those occasions are great, Guruji. Holiday, a public holiday, all meet together. Everyone remain in a constant remember of Krishna. So Gokulashtami is very special, Guruji, especially the Bhakshanams, whatever comes, we eat together. And those are there, Guruji. And those again, sense gratification, Guruji, what we eat. Sidai, Muruku, Tatai, all these things and all, Guruji. We have to come one level above that. That's what you're guiding us. And Krishna consciousness is something supreme, Guruji. We have to elevate ourselves from a sense gratification and read Bhagavad Gita and propagate this and lead life by example, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. You're shining, you're taking us. And as you rightly said, the child mentality that we inherit, it is always there within us, Guruji, and we have to relinquish everything, look for only Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna to all of you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Sunil Shivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Pranam, Guruji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
The enlightening class. And today's class is very important. As we have to, the last, if you are sensory pleasures, if you are covered with, you cannot, if you want to get out of this mundane material world, and those who are knowledgeable persons, they release from this physical desires. So only connect with Lord Krishna, and very wonderful Shaitan. And as much we can get released from this, liberate ourselves from this bondage, we can attain the Goloka as we are enlightening class. Guruji, Pranam Guruji, Satata Naman, very wonderful lecture. We should try our best to afford ourselves for the service Lord Krishna has given us with the main duty and trust us. So we should try our best to extend our best services for the spread of the message of Gita. Really, it is very essential for all of us to be more and more connected with Lord Krishna and Guruji. Because of you, we are going to free from this material world, material well, and connect with Lord Krishna. This is of your dedication and total how my devotees will be released from this world, from this suffering and miseries of the world. So you are totally dedicated yourself for us. Thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Sapata Nama.
Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,